that you stole will make you pay! Norgal. Norgal! Stay right where you are! I'm coming to save you!
Sentenced to be a Hero, episode number 3. Some of y'all are gonna hate me, and you already know where I'm going. Some of y'all are gonna flame me, and I get it. When watching anime, when playing games, when watching a movie, when watching a TV show, when watching a cartoon, when really doing anything in life, your enjoyability factor is all mood-based. Like, how much are you in the mood to watch this? So, Sentenced to be Hero is very much action fantasy? Maybe right now I need comedy. Maybe I need to laugh, okay? I'm not saying that that's the case, but sometimes it's just mood-based. Like, what kind of day are you having? For me, I'm having just like I'm just ready for the day to be over. So maybe that's part of it. But here's the thing. When I got done watching Sentenced to be a Hero episode 3, and sorry for the long intro there, I thought it was okay. I thought it was a decent episode. And what should have happened was get me really hyped and excited because of the fight scenes, and that just didn't happen. I don't know. It's just really hard to explain. So the things that it did well, the fight scene was great, right? With His Majesty losing a leg, cutting it off, firing down right in the middle of the Demon Lord, Flower Lord, whatever, you know, right in the middle. And then you had our boy coming in, and, you know, Zyla was able to come in with the Lamp of Destruction, and it was good. Like, it was a good watch. But some of the feelings that I have during, like, the best fight scenes in... I'm just throwing these out as examples. Attack on Titan, My Hero, 𝐤𝐸𝐾, Black Clover. Some of, like, those inner feelings, I'm just like, Bleach? Guy. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, ah. Like, I just didn't have that. I gotta be real as I was watching it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good, looked good, animation was good, it was good. Like, I'm not taking anything away from that, okay? It was good. It just, I didn't have any feeling. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't feel anything. I was just like, oh, that's crazy. You know, that was crazy. You know, and then they burned away the Demon Lord, which the way the naming in the show, I think, is so ass backwards, right? The heroes, which are just like criminals, basically. The Demon Lords, which are just like really evolved monsters. Like, the naming of stuff is weird. But, you know, they defeat it, and His Majesty's gonna go off and get a new leg, and he's gonna go get repaired, and whatever they do, whatever kind of magical shenanigans they do to heroes, because they're just, you know, big slaves that could be reincarnated if they need to, because the one guy on the team who's got a few screw looses, Tatsuya or whatever his name is just like, he's been reincarnated too many times, so he's just like a shell of a crazy man, essentially. And yeah, I think it was good. You know, again, nothing to take away from the anime. I want to keep repeating, I'm not taking it away from the show. When it comes to my opinion, I'm not taking it away from the show, because I know people get a little crazy. It's beautiful, animation is good, artwork is good. I didn't have any feeling. Now, where I think the show succeeded in, more so than the fight, was a couple of things, right? At the end of the episode, it showed us that the church is very, and typically in anime, the church is usually very corrupted. But it showed that the church is very corrupted. They're very biased, right? They refuse to use actual knowledge. They're using their biases to make an opinion. It shows us that Kivia, which is the knight leader or whatever, is actually recognizing Zylo quite a bit, so that was a good win, right? It showed that the heroes are more than just their parts, right? It shows that they're more than just these unturnable, hopeless heroes, right? It shows that they break the mold of what they should be, because they saved people. It showed, number 5, it showed that even if the heroes did something good, which they did, they brought a lot of people, maybe not everybody, but they brought enough people home. They saved enough people that no matter what, you can't kick the fact of fear and hatred towards them which is what the grander public has. And the reason the grander public has that is because the kingdom, like politics, basically, like the presidents and the governors and, you know, like what would be, but the kingdom and its peons have brainwashed people to not think for themselves. So they have these, again, similar to the church, they have these biases towards the hero. So that's interesting. The little girl breaks that mold, and she's very focused on, you brought my dad home. Thank you so much. So I thought that was, you know, a really cool thing to see. And I think that is really what makes the show special, is diving more into the politicization of heroes, army, church. The little things that it has going on are where my interests lie more in the show. And then, of course, the characters themselves. 𝐒𝐽, I think, is incredibly nuanced, and she breaks the mold kind of herself. 𝐒𝐿o, obviously, I don't think I need to explain why he's a really interesting and compelling MC. A lot of backstory with his heroes and killing his, or with his goddess and killing his goddess and stuff like that. And then Tortilla, I think her name's, I don't even know how to say it. Tortilla, but Tortilla, and the way she views the world. And we need to find out more about goddesses too. They've sprinkled some info, but we haven't really dove deep into their production, how they're made, where they come from. Like, we need to dive more into that as well too. And of course, again, the side characters like His Majesty, like Tatsuya, and the Venitas, I think is his name, the other guy who ran away. So that's where the sum of its parts, I think, are really interesting for me. But I do want to recognize, I want to be more hyped for the fight. I would like to be more hyped for the fights. And hopefully, maybe it just needs some more build-up or something. But the big plant monster dubbed Demon Lord just didn't do it for me. But again, acknowledging it was a good fight. I think this episode was 7 out of 10. You know, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like, I didn't enjoy it to where episode 1 and 2 hit for me. So, and episode 1 obviously was stellar. Episode 2 was more talky, but it hit for me. So yeah, those are my thoughts. 7 out of 10. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Maybe you felt like me, maybe you didn't. Maybe you're wondering, like, who's this freaking guy talking out of his butt? Let me know all those comments in the comments below. All right, friends. See you guys next week. Peace.